volume and surface area of a rectangular solid. The volume is the space that a figure occupies. So to find the volume of a rectangular solid, multiply the length times the width times the height of the rectangular solid. Length times width is the area of the base. And then that is stacked on top of itself to fill up the solid, which is why you multiply it times the height to get the space that the figure occupies. Surface area is the area of all of the surfaces added together. A rectangular solid has 3 pairs of congruent parallel faces. The top and the bottom are exactly the same and parallel to each other. The left and the right, again, congruent and parallel. And finally, the front and the back are congruent and parallel. So to find the surface area of a rectangular solid, find the area, length times height, of the front or of the back. And since there are 2 faces exactly like that, the front and the back, you multiply that times 2. Plus 2 times width times height. Width times height is the area of the right face or the left face. And since there are 2 faces that have that exact same area, right and left, you multiply it times 2. Finally, add 2 plus the width times the length. The width times the length is the area of the base or the bottom, and it's the same as the area of the top. So again, 2 faces with the same area, so we multiply that times 2. And then when we add all those together, we get the surface area or the area of all of the surfaces of the rectangular prism. Let's look at an example. Find the volume and the surface area of the following rectangular prism. Let's start with volume. So the first thing we're going to do is write our formula. Volume is the length times the width times the height. Now we need to substitute our length, width, and height. So volume is, the length is 7 inches times the width, 3 inches, times the height, 5 inches. 7 inches times 3 inches is 21 inches squared. 21 inches squared times 5 inches is 105 inches cubed. And that cubic unit, again, came from multiplying inches times inches times inches. And volume will always be in cubic units. Now for surface area. First, again, we're going to write down the formula. So surface area is found by multiplying 2 times the length times the height, plus 2 times the width times the height, plus 2 times the width times the length. And now we'll substitute in our dimensions. Surface area is 2 times the length, 7 inches, times the height, 5 inches, plus 2 times the width, 3 inches, times the height, 5 inches, plus 2 times the width, 3 inches, times the length, 7 inches. Then we need to simplify according to our order of operations, which means we need to multiply first before we add. So the surface area is, and these 3 numbers can be multiplied in any order. So you could do 2 times 5 inches, 10 inches, then times 7 inches, 70 inches squared. And that came from your inches times inches. Plus 2 times 3 inches times 5 inches, 2 times 5 inches, 10 inches, times 3 inches, 30 inches squared, plus 2 times 3 inches, 6 inches, times 7 inches, 42 inches squared. Finally, we can combine these all together for our surface area. So the surface area is 70 inches squared plus 30 inches squared is 100 inches squared, plus 42 inches squared, 142 inches squared.